Hi guys, I'm here today with a book haul. Despite having said in my last book haul that I didn't intend on really buying any more books in the near future because of financial reasons. However, I did technically only pay for one of these books, but I have managed to acquire 7 books, so I thought I would share them all with you guys. So firstly, the book that I actually paid for, that is I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce this, the Somnambulist by S.A. Fox. I ordered this off of Amazon for like £3 after I finished Elijah's Mermaid because it was so good that I really just wanted to read her debut novel, which is this one. This is the hardback version. I'm kind of bummed it's not the big paperback to match my edition of Elijah's Mermaid, but it's still a really gorgeous cover design. This is another book set in the 19th century and follows the story of the daughter of a performing psychic, I believe. So I'm really excited for this after the pleasure it was to read Elijah's Mermaid. The next book I did pick for myself but didn't technically pay for because I was buying a book as a present for my mum and it was in a buy one get one free deal in Blackwell's, so I chose this for myself as my free book, and it is The Decameron by Giovanni Boccaccio, who knows how that should be pronounced, but it's translated by J.G. Nichols and it's the One World Classics edition. This book was written during the 1300s and is set during the plague in Florence. A group of friends trying to avoid the disease move outside the city to live together, and this story is basically them exchanging anecdotes and stories with one another. So it's almost like short stories, I guess. So I'm super excited to read this. It's meant to be really, really good. I then got sent 2 books by Hotkey Books Publishing, and those are Tribute by Ellen Renner, which I've seen on a few booktubers channels, and from their reviews it sounds really, really good, so I'm really excited to read this one. It's a fantasy novel, it's a fantasy YA novel about a sort of oligarchical world where those with magic rule those who can't use magic, but I think our main character has decided to go against the status quo, and yeah, I'm sure excitement will ensue. And I have The Madness by Alison Rattle. This is another book set during the 19th century. I am obsessed with the 19th century at the moment, so I had to take this book, and as you might have guessed, it is about madness. So this sounds right up my street and I'm really excited to read this one. I then received 3 books as gifts from my parents, who were really kind in picking up these books when they were sort of bargain book hunting. First things first, they got me Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. This edition is by Michael O'Mara Books. Oh, it's super pretty. It's really, really nice, and the design goes onto the back as well. And I'm really excited to read this because I do really want to read some Jane Austen, and I think I'm going to really enjoy reading it in this lovely hardback. They then picked me out North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell, which is also set in the 1800s, as is Sense and Sensibility. If you're noticing a theme here, like I said, once I kind of get into something, I keep running with it. This is the Penguin Classics edition, although I accidentally tore it on the front there when I was taking off the sticker, which is quite upsetting, but even so, I'm sure I'll really enjoy reading this one. And last but not least, I received a copy of Margaret Atwood's Bluebeard's Egg and other short stories from my parents. This is actually the first collection of Margaret Atwood's short stories I've owned. I haven't read any of her short stories, so I'm really excited to do that. It's going to be a really different insight into her writing, and in particular Bluebeard's Egg is based on the Bluebeard legend, and I recently read Angela Carter's adaptation of that myth, which is called The Bloody Chamber, and I think it will be really interesting to compare the 2 authors' takes on it. I really enjoy reading different retellings of myths, and I think this one's going to be quite different. So those are all the lovely books I've added to my collection since February. Let me know if you've read any of these books and what your thoughts are on them, and in the meantime, have a lovely week. Bye guys!